do you stay more disciplined against these guys?
I think the first thing, just using our feet to check and your heads to check is the biggest things, and just playing our game, getting to our game early on, and just playing a full 60 that way. And I think I kind of touched on it earlier, but moving our feet is going to be the biggest thing, and checking that way.
Yeah, I mean, they have a great power play, so you don't want to give them that many opportunities, obviously. I think, just having the puck more, holding on to it, I think we were chasing it around a little too much in the second, and obviously you're prone to taking more penalties if in that scenario. So got to support each other a little better, get more on the inside, and, just try and stay out of the box. You can't give their power play that many opportunities.
Yeah.
Left side, Jeremy.
Colton and Tyler. Colton, it's not news to you guys. You were talking about it last night. The gaps were way too big. How do you balance, respecting their speed, but at the same time playing them tight? And Tyler, you guys are at your best when you're back checking. Where was it last night? How do you get it back?
I think it just starts in the O zone, obviously, for us D-men. Just kind of reading the play and how it's coming out, what they kind of have offensively coming out of the zone, if they have three guys pushing or things like that. But just getting a better read on the play, and just starting tighter out of their D zone. And just playing through the neutral zone. Obviously, the forwards have done a tremendous job of back-checking for us. And when we have that, it allows us to be tighter. So for us, D-men, we got to make sure that we continue to be tight, because these forwards have been great, and it allows us to do that. So, just making sure we're tight on them in their D zone, our O zone, and it all starts from there. And then obviously when we can match the speed coming out of there, it makes it a lot easier for us. So hopefully we can be tighter and get some turnovers there in the neutral zone.
Yeah, I mean, just working together, I think the more back pressure we have as forwards allows our D to have a better gap and, take away their time and space. Obviously, we can't turn the puck over at the blue lines or in the offensive zone and get caught, because then it's tough for the D to kind of create those gaps without our support there. So I think just working together as a five-man unit like we do when we're successful, and, that should take care of that.
Left side, Nick.
Jordan, I'm just curious, when you started working with Andy, what technical adjustments did you make? Can you share that? And then Colton, they were talking about using their speed wide, making you guys turn. I'm sure they're not the first team to do that. So what do you do? How do you adjust to that?
Working with Andy, nothing really too specific there, but just, being consistent and getting that confidence back and belief, and, having a good lifestyle and going from there.
As far as wide speed, I'm going to kind of bring it back to the last question a little bit. But they obviously have a lot of skilled players. They're small and fast, and they make plays. So I think it kind of touch on JR. Gaps is going to be really big for us. Just trying to eliminate them from getting to speed, just coming out of their D zone is obviously crucial. If we can eliminate our blue line from them and allow them to carry it in over our blue line, that's a big thing. So we'll continue to work on that. We'll get it done, and we're looking forward to game 2.
On the right side, Ben.
Hey, Tyler. It's rare that after a game, maybe the most shown highlight isn't a goal, but it was a hit from last night. For you guys, can you just describe them dealing with having to see that highlight of the Krug hit over and over and over? And does it affect you? Do you guys talk about it, or you just push it away?
I mean, to be honest with you, I don't really watch the highlights or look on social media for highlights from the game. So I haven't seen it too much personally. Obviously, it's the Stanley Cup Final. Teams are playing hard. There's going to be, big hits throughout the whole series, and that's not something we really focus on. It's just kind of, playing day by day, game by game, and obviously we're going to try and get better and be better for game 2.
Front left.
Tyler, we don't know if Vince Dunn's going to be available or not, but how much does he help in that puck transition, just his ability to be able to do that and just those clean breakouts?
Yeah, I mean, obviously a ton of skill. Moves his feet well, skates very well, and makes a good pass, good first pass, can play on the power play. Obviously, it's nice that we have the depth we do, and guys can step in and play when guys get hurt. I mean, it's inevitable this time of year that there's going to be, guys banged up, and people are going to have to step in and play. But, at the same time, it'll be nice when he's able to play, and we'll see what happens. I'm not exactly sure who's going to be in when everyone's healthy, but it's nice to have the depth that we do have, that guys can step in and play certain roles.
Right side, second row, Pierre.
Question for Jordan. Were you surprised when Torrey Krug came over to say hi to you after that big hit? And can you share what words of wisdom he shared with you?
Yeah, it was more of a stare. I don't know. His pupils were pretty big. I don't know if he's on something, but he was pretty fired up. It was a big hit, big play, and the rink was excited. It was loud, so it's a fun atmosphere to play in.
Back left, Ken.
Jordan, after the second and third Bruins goals, it looked as though you were kind of admonishing yourself a little bit on those, or you were least upset with the fact that they went in the net. Does today give you a chance to sort of reset on that front, maybe mentally a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. I don't like letting goals. I'm always frustrated with myself, and I want to make every save I can for the team. But at the same time, goals are going to go in and things are going to happen, and you just got to keep moving forward.
We'll do 3 more questions. Left side, Tom.
Tyler, what would you say they do so well defensively that kind of makes it difficult to get chances, especially on the rush against them? And what do you maybe need to do better against that to get some more chances and kind of get the Rask?
Yeah, obviously a really good transition team, and they really defend the middle of the ice very well. It's hard to kind of get inside into those dirty areas around the net, and in the middle of the ice they do a really good job of that. And yeah, I think to be more successful, we're going to have to get to those areas. We're going to have to fight hard to get to those areas. We're going to have to get to the front of the net, get in the slot, create opportunities in those areas. I think we were caught on the outside too much last game, and I mean, credit to them, they kind of kept us out there and did a really good job of that.
Front right, Steven.
Jordan, you mentioned working with Andy, but your time in Providence, what did working with Mike Dunham and that experience help, and how did that help get you to this point where you can play in this kind of stage?
Yeah, every year's more experience, and you learn, and you get hit with adversity, and you grow as a player and a person. And I think last year was a big year for me in growth, and I'm very fortunate they took me in. I've said it multiple times, and they got a good staff down there. So it was a pretty positive year for me.
Last question, back center.
This is for the group. You trailed in the Dallas series and twice in the San Jose series. Why do you think this group doesn't get rattled when playing from behind in the series?
Honestly, I think it's just what we've gone through this year as a group. I think we've, had a lot of adversity throughout the year. I think a lot of people have counted us out at a lot of different times, and that's usually when we kind of come back and play our best hockey. So we're excited for the challenge of, the rest of this series, and especially Game 2.